Hi, I'm Katie. You might know me from Instagram as Hello House. Welcome into my home. I'm going to show you guys the rooms and talk you through why I've done what I have. So this is my kitchen. This space is probably my favourite space in the house. It's one that everyone gravitates to when they come round, and it's one that we really were able to change quite a few things really quickly to put our mark on it. So the first thing we really wanted to do in this kitchen was to lighten up the space even more. The work surfaces that were in here already were like a really thick, dark grey granite, so a real quick and easy way of changing it up was to put in new worktops, which we put in these really thin white work surfaces here, which bounce the light back off of them and give a completely different look, which is what I was really after. The next thing we did was to tile everything. So we put in these really inexpensive, just white square tiles, created the look I was really after by putting in the dark grout, as you can see, all around. And then lastly was really making the accessories kind of pop. So that was really changing out the sink and the hob to be black, which gives it a kind of different look again and helped change the whole feel of the kitchen from what it was when we moved in. So one of the other small changes that I made was to take away some wall cupboards that we had here, which a lot of people think is a bit mad because you take away storage. But there were so many other cupboards in this kitchen which didn't need it, and I really wanted to create a lovely kind of open shelving storage system. So we bought this really inexpensive shelf from IKEA, and I've used storage jars up here to put all my dry food in, and it just kind of again gives the kitchen a bit more personality than having a wall of cupboards. So the most important thing in this room was to create different zones. It's a really long and narrow space, so it really benefits from having some separate areas. So I've done that by putting down rugs. So in the dining area, the rug really kind of separates that space from the lounge area. And I've also used a rug here to zone it. Because it is one big room, zoning is really important just to really understand how you can use a space to its full potential. So this is my main bedroom. For me, the most important thing in this room was keeping it really minimal. So that meant keeping the colour palette just to a couple of colours. So I've used a taupe colour on the wall and then kept accent colour the dark grey black. That keeps it kind of really uniform. The other thing I really wanted to do in here was to use wall shelves instead of bedside tables, and that was to give it a bit more space and a bit more light and air. So I've used those on either side of the bed. So this bathroom is one of the rooms that, again, I didn't have the budget to rip out and start again with. So what I did was try and add some real personality to it and work with really what I had. So the first thing I did was to paint the ceiling black to give it a bit more drama, and because the room is so light, it can really take a dark ceiling. And the second thing really was to look at this room, although it's a functional space, it doesn't need to necessarily be a clinical looking room. So I added more of kind of my own personality with some artwork above the toilet, and then I put little decals on the mirror. So it's really about injecting your personality into a very functional space. So this is the smallest room in our house. So we decided to use it as a home office. Things that I really love about this room is our DIY plywood wall, which we put up behind the desk. And again, this is really about, although it's an office and needs to be quite a functional space, it still can be quite fun. And we added lots of plants in here because plants are really good for concentration, and then added some more artwork just to make it feel a bit more cosy. So hallways can be a really forgotten space. For me, I wanted again to keep it flowing with the rest of the house. So I've added a wall shelf here with some little bits and pieces on it, and then a mirror at the end here. Not only is it good for reflecting the light back into what is quite a small space, but also making sure you look all right before you go out the house. So we're finishing off our tour in the top room of the house, which is the guest room. When I decided to redo this room, it was all about shopping your home. You know, you're buying lots of different things all the time, and we usually have exactly what we want in our own homes. So I took the time to walk around my house and find bits to redo this room that I already had. The only thing I actually bought was these leather straps here to make a headboard and this curtain rail. And that's all I did. Everything else was things I already owned. So the purpose of this room was not only to be a spare bedroom, but also an office space for me when I'm working at home. So I created a little nook under here for me to work at, and again shop my home for all the little bits here that you can see, and it's just a really lovely calming space for me to come, set up and get cracking on some work.